You two ladies are related by marriage.
That's correct. Yes.
Your son is married to your daughter, who's not here today.
That's true?
According to this complaint, the kids are divorcing and they have 3 children. How old are your grandchildren?
5, 4, and 2.
Is there a court order of visitation now for your son? I assumed that there was, and in the papers it says that he has supervised visitation. Is that right?
That's correct.
Step up here, sir. Why do you have supervised visitation?
It's just what the court ordered.
Was there a hearing in the family court before supervised visitation was ordered?
Yes, ma single quotes and dot, there is a domestic violence.
So it's because of the domestic violence issue that supervised visitation was ordered, and you're supposed to supervise the visitation.
That's correct.
So according to this complaint, that on April 18th of this year, your son had the 3 children unsupervised.
That's correct.
And there was an altercation when he returned the children. You came with your daughter to pick up the children.
That's correct.
And sprayed mace? Well, you say only on Michael, but inadvertently, perhaps it hit the plaintiff and it caused her some severe burning. And that's what you're suing for.
That's correct.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. What were you doing with the children unsupervised?
Me and Lori had a verbal agreement that it would be all right, that I'd take the kids without my mom for the day, Linda Stapp, to a barbecue.
And you would discuss this with Lori before?
Yes, ma'am.
Lori is your wife?
Wife, yes.
Your hours of visitation end at 6 o'clock, according to these papers. But you didn't bring the children home at 6 o'clock?
No, I called from the barbecue and asked Tara it would be all right if I returned a couple hours late, which was at 8 o'clock, and that's what time I arrived. Had you been drinking?
Had you been drinking?
1 beer at the barbecue.
Not supposed to have any beers at the barbecue if you're with your children, right? So you were bringing your children back, and she was supposed to pick the children up at your mother's house?
Yes.
Brought the kids back to your mother's house, and now you're going to tell me what happened.
I was in bed because I had to get up at 5 to go to work, and I heard noise coming from my garage. And I got up to go see what had happened. And I saw my daughter-in-law, Lori, pulling the children out of my son's car, which was also inside my garage. And they were having a verbal argument, and I asked them to stop. My grandchildren were crying. My youngest granddaughter had walked around the back of the car. And I had picked her up and was comforting her, and I was on the other side of my 2-car garage from the adults that were having the argument.
The adults were just your son and your daughter-in-law?
Correct. Then I saw Lorraine out in her car, which was parked out on my sidewalk. She had followed Lori in her car. I don't know why, and I was thinking, oh, good. Lorraine can come up and take the grandchildren from me, and just let Lori and Michael do their bickering because they were just verbally arguing. When I went to turn to hand her Anna, my granddaughter.
How old is Anna?
2. That's when she sprayed me right in the face. And she intentionally did that because she also sprayed the back of my brand new car. And I had Anna in my arms when she did that. I have a police report here of what had happened. I also have a doctor's report here of the severity of the burns themselves. Where on your face were you burned?
Where on your face were you burned?
And it caused blisters. My nose was bleeding for like 2 weeks. It wouldn't stop because of the burns on the side of my nose. And this eye, it hit my eye just a little bit, which was really good because I had a severe reaction to the spray itself.
So what happened after you were sprayed?
After I was sprayed, I went back in the house and tried to rinse it out. I called the emergency room immediately because that's where I work. And they told me to call poison control, which I did. And they said the same thing. Just rinse it as much as you can.
Were the police called?
The police were called immediately.
Who called the police?
Michael did. And they actually got the whole argument on 911 tape because he dialed 911 immediately and laid the phone down in the garage, and then Lorraine got 2 of the children in her car and attempted to leave, and my son got in front of her car to stop her from leaving because we wanted the police to come. When the police arrived, They said that they could arrest her in the scene for what she had done because not only did she spray myself and put my grandchildren in danger, she sprayed my son, Michael, and his date, who was also listed on there. Then the police talked to us, and then the police talked to Lorraine. And they told us to think about it for a while because it was a family matter and we don't want to have this any worse than what it's been.
So tell me why you got involved with this return of the children.
Well, my daughter is divorcing him, as you know. And there's a restraining order because he's constantly stalked her. And he was arrested in March for stalking, terrorist, and 4 felonies. And this man will not leave her alone. And the only reason I went in there with the pepper spray is because I was afraid for their life. Those children were getting hurt. They were getting knocked on the ground.
Tell me what happened. Tell me your version of what happened.
My daughter called me and said he was drinking at a barbecue. He refused to bring the kids home. He didn't want to leave the party. He was having too much fun.
Brought the children home at 8 o'clock. Is that right? He was 15 minutes late, according to these papers. So he brought the children home approximately on time, and you waited in your car.
That's correct.
So you tell me. Your daughter asked you to come just to be there for her, I assume.
Yes.
Tell me what you observed from the car. Make sure I hear the truth.
Okay. He pulled up in the car. He had the children in there and his girlfriend in the car. He pulled the car up into the driveway. He locked the children in the car, refused them to give them to my daughter, antagonizing her slowly.
Slowly. He had the children in the car.
Maybe I'll give you the children and maybe I won't.
Tell me what happened.
His girlfriend got out of the car and still left the children locked in the car. The children were wanting out, and she was wanting the children, and they couldn't get out of the car, and his girlfriend served her with a paper. I don't know what it was. Contempt of court paper.
Just a second. Your girlfriend gave your wife some papers
Yes.
during this exchange of the children. And what were these court papers?
Contempt of court.
What kind of contempt of court?
Lori did not show up with the kids in 2 of my visitation days.
And when was that?
I've got the other papers right here.
He can talk for himself. He's a big boy. He made 3 babies.
I'm sorry.
The dates. The dates were March 21st. And the other date was April 4th.
So you served her with a contempt of the order of visitation for failing to bring the children.
Yes.
What's your first name?
Excuse me.
What's your first name?
Michael.
Michael, was not a smart idea to have your girlfriend serve your wife with court papers. I agree.
I agree now. I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but I do agree.
No, because you were thinking out of anger. You were thinking about getting even or something. She's got a restraining order against you. So you wanted to do this little thing. This would really get her goat if your girlfriend served her with papers. Come on, Michael, it was
the opportunity of her, and of her being there, no.
There's opportunity. She has 3 children. She's not going anywhere. I mean, you can get a process server to serve it with papers. Okay, what were you doing with the pepper spray in your possession?
I keep it for when I have to go out after dark. I've never used it. This is the only time I've ever used it.
It was a mistake to use it.
I know that, Your Honor. He finally went in the house. He come out, opened the garage door, then Miss Stapp finally came out of the house. She sat on the ground, was smoking a cigarette, while the whole time this fight was going on. She did not do anything until I got out of the car.
They were yelling at each other.
They were pulling the children apart. He was grabbing the top torso of my son, pulling his arms out of his socket.
Your grandson, you mean? Let's start. Sir, at the moment that you pulled up in the car, your wife was there waiting for the children. What were the first words that were passed between the 2 of you?
I'm ready for the kids. Can I have them now? I said, no, Dot, can you please wait? Let me pull my car in the garage and get hair stuff out of the house. And then, you can take them home?
And then, you can take them home, okay? She asked you
Yes.
for the children. You said no.
Yes. But I said, could you please wait a minute? Let me pull my car into the garage and get their stuff because we had their overnight bags or their day bags and I wanted to get all their stuff and get it all out to them at once.
This is all a question of control. You understand that, Mrs. Stapp, don't you? Linda Stapp. Yes, I do. I mean, let's try to make the two grandmothers at least be reasonable.
Yes.
Let me have the children. You say no. When I'm ready, I'm going to leave them in the car now. Could have been just as easy to say. Take the kids, put them in your car, and I'll go in and get their stuff and I'll bring it out to the car, to your car, right? But your girlfriend had papers to serve on her. Now, were the papers in your girlfriend's possession, or were they in the house?
They were in the house.
So when you went into the house, you weren't only getting the children's stuff, you were also getting the papers that your girlfriend had to serve, right?
Yes. See.
See, it's all coming together. You're not supposed to use the opportunity of exchanging children during visitation to serve papers or for any other purpose. The exchange of children is difficult. Enough during a divorce, during a separation, so that you're supposed to do everything that you can to minimize the trauma of going from one parent to another. You didn't do that.
Yes, I do.
That doesn't excuse what you did.
I know that.
Okay, do you have medical bills?
Yes, I do. And he also broke my daughter's finger in the process.
Your daughter's not here.
I know. She wanted to be here on my behalf. But she was so terrified of this man. She is so scared of him. Thursday night, he tried to run her and the kids off the road.
I don't know that since she's not here. Ms. Bird.
This is a line of my statement.
And how old was your daughter? She was 20.
I was 20 years old.
So they were two very young people who got married and made 3 children right away. And it looks to me, unless you two grandmothers get your acts in gear, they're going to make these 3 grandchildren emotional cripples over this stuff. Bottom line is, if he has certain faults, and I'm not saying he does, Ms. Bird, but if he does have certain faults, your daughter picked him. And not only did she pick him, she made one child with him, she made another child with him, and she made another child with him, and he's going to be their father for as long as they live, right? Right?
Right.
So they have to make peace with each other. And if they're not grown up enough to make peace with each other, at least the two grandmothers would seem to me to try to give the children some comfort. Some, emotional structure rather than fighting with each other. It's ridiculous theme music. Were you friendly with each other before this happened?
Yeah. We got along for the children, and for the family's sake.
That's what you're supposed to do.
There was no bickering or fighting. But as it stands right now, when we went to court yesterday, she lost all of her visitation rights. Mike has none. Judge Judy, she lost all. She violated the visitation.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Again, Your Honor.
You mean they violated it because she didn't?
I don't know what happened. I'm already filing a motion because we did arrive at the courthouse yesterday, and Michael became very sick and we had to leave. The judge is aware of that, and we're filing a motion to take care of that.
The problem is, the judge has directed in that family court proceeding, I'm reading between the lines based upon my experience, that the only way that he can see his 3 children because of whatever history the judge knows about is if you supervise the visitation. You clearly didn't at this time.
Not on this day, but it was agreed.
But it was agreed. I'm not sure it was agreed. 2 parties cannot agree. I'm not sure it was agreed. 2 parties cannot agree to overrule a judicial determination. Judge has made a determination. Children, judge has made the determination that some other person be there to supervise and had enough confidence in you.
Right.
To say that other person was supposed to be you.
Right.
So at least on this occasion, and according to Ms. Bird on other occasions, your son saw the children unsupervised by you, as a result of which he's now lost, albeit temporarily, his right to see his children. Which is traumatic for him, but also very traumatic for the children.
Right.
I'm sure it is very traumatic for the children, Ms. Bird.
I know that.
Now I can understand that you feel as if they're my kids and I should be able to see them whenever I want to see them. But right now, you have to swallow your pride. You have to swallow your ego. And you have to do what the court tells you to because your children shouldn't feel as if you've abandoned them. I agree.
I agree.
And at their age, They won't understand this business about supervised, not supervised. All they will know is that their daddy doesn't see them anymore. So if the judge says to you, jump, you say, how high do I have to jump to see my children? And I agree to do everything possible.
And I agree to do everything possible.
Stop telling me you agree to do everything, but you did a lot of things wrong, Michael. And your mother knows you did a lot of things wrong. But she looks like a nice lady. And so, do you?
Thank you.
But you two ladies, I certainly hope you get it together. And even if you have to say to yourselves, listen, our kids have made their mistakes. I'm not gonna take sides. I just want to be there for my grandchildren because they're the only innocents.
They're my number one priority.
They're my number one priority. Well, they're supposed to be because he's cooked already. And if he's got certain problems, which only his mother knows, right, Mrs. Stapp? He's got certain problems. He's gonna have to deal with them. He made 3 children. He's supposed to be a good father.
And he is.
Well, I worry about that because he's done certain things that I hear about just today that show me that he lacks good judgment. There's problems on both sides. I'm sure there
are problems on both sides.
I'm sure there are problems on both sides. But this clearly is a lack of good judgment. Leaving your kids in the car to go inside to get copies of court papers so that your girlfriend can serve them on your wife during exchange of visitation when you're late anyway is not smart. How long were you out of work?
I missed 1 full day, which was the next day because of pepper spray in my eye. I couldn't see. And then I missed another. I worked 12-hour shifts in the emergency room. So,
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a unit assistant.
What does that mean?
I do everything an RD does, but I don't do injections.
You're the adults, they are the children. Unfortunately, the children had children. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff and the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused.